Hello guys, welcome back to the Limitless Conversation with Que EP4. My name is of course Utaiya Fela or Que EP4. A lot of people would know that nickname. And yeah, man, I am your girl. And I'm so excited to be back here again. I will warn you, I'm recording this for the second take. Technical glitches are annoying, but you know what? I'm not giving up because I want to be back with my people and give them what they deserve. So if you're watching from YouTube, hi, how's it? How have you been? Thank you so much for staying and sticking around. Thank you for subscribing if you are new. This is a fun space. You'll see. Just stay, don't go anywhere, and you'll enjoy being here. And if you're from Spotify, if you're listening in from Spotify and Apple Podcasts, hello, hi, welcome. I'm so excited to finally have the podcast on Apple Pods, and I'm really excited to see what kind of people we can reach and have join our community. So yeah, I'm really excited. Our platform is all about having conversations as Christians from all walks of life. We're just talking about the realities of the journey, the challenges, the things that I feel are lessons and sometimes challenges that I encounter. We keep it real over here because that's what the Limitless Conversation is all about. Sometimes some people have challenges with speaking up at churches and asking questions. And so I just really felt when I noticed this gap that it would be nice to have a podcast where I speak about things that I feel are very relevant and our community hardly ever speaks about, especially for young people in the church. So that's what it's all about. I'm having some coffee. It's really cold now, and please don't judge. I've been having it. So guys, today, I'm gonna catch up with you because, life happened and I've been scarce, but I'm here now. I'm fighting to stay here because I think this is a very beautiful platform for me to also express my thoughts. And so I'm back here. I want to catch up a bit. Please also tell me in the comments, how have you been? Have you been keeping up? How has life been treating you? The last time I released an episode was in March. I know. So I just want to let you guys in on things that stood out in my life that have been happening to catch up with you. And I really hope that you're also gonna share with me what has been happening. How was April for you? How was Passover? And how has May been for you as well? Please, guys, don't forget to like, to comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please rate us. Please rate me. And please rate the podcast because, the more ratings we get, the more we get recommended for other people to reach us or for us to reach more people, which is beautiful. Beautiful. Creating a community of real Christians who keep it real, but also who have a heart to figure it out for the sake of our journey with God, So a heart and an attitude to figure it out. So guys, I want to speak about this one particular thing. It's quite vulnerable for me, but I will speak because this is a limitless conversation and I think we need to talk about this more. So for some of you guys who may not know, I am a music minister or / worshiper. This means that I glorify the Lord through my voice, through my singing voice. I minister to lift the Lord up, one, but two, to also ensure that the body of Christ is edified as well. So yes, that's the chat. I really want to speak about a thing that happened in April, which was a great opportunity. Dr. Dumi, that we know and love, I love him so much, was looking for worshippers all over the country. He calls it the Young and Gifted Project. So he looks for worshippers all over the country. And so he gathers those worshippers, sings with them, and all the things. Yeah, it's just an opportunity to partner with him or collaborate with him. So he was looking for those, and a lot of people on my Facebook mentioned me. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for believing in my ministry and believing in the God in me. So yeah, it was really such a beautiful thing. I was obviously scared and frightened, because one thing about me that I'll tell you is that in the past, I have struggled with, the fear of failing in front of people's eyes. But God is helping me. God is delivering me. God is just freeing me from that. And I mean, as someone who, one, I'm a podcaster, which, means that this is quite public. It's not private. Two, I also do minister in worship, even outside of my church, which is quite public. And what else do I do? Yeah, I studied media and communications. So it is a thing of, well, your life might be pretty public, sissy, as you go along. So you need to make this peace with the fact that even your wins are going to happen in people's eyes, and your down moments or failed attempts at some things are going to happen in people's eyes, because the things I'm passionate about are quite public. You know what I mean? So yeah, I have been in that process of getting over the fear. So I was afraid of putting in my video. I was nervous. I mean, it's quite a competitive thing to do. In as much as I don't believe in competition, I hate it. Y'all would know from my past videos on YouTube as well. But I was like, okay, let me try it, let me faith it and just do it. And shout out to a few ladies who really also just encouraged me. I did it. And guys, one thing I will tell you about that type of situation, competitions and whatnot, they really just bring a lot of things into your attention. Like, they zoom into a lot of things. One, there is like an automatic notice of numbers. Like, you put in a video and abanye abantu get like 50 likes on that video, abanye abantu get like 1,000 likes on that video, abanye abantu get like 500 likes. Like, likes are things that are brought to your attention when you do that type of thing, like enter competitions through a video entry, all the things. So automatically that happened for me as well. So then I kind of like noticed a lot of things about numbers. And it took me a while to shake it off after I experienced Lendoye numbers and the fact that numbers do not determine where I'm headed. It is favor and just God's grace that really determines where I'm headed, not numbers. Yabo. I don't have to be afraid of missing opportunities because I'm not popular. And I don't have to be afraid of doing things that are pressed in me and in my heart because I'm scared that they won't appeal to an audience, so kanye azo trend or whatever. So I'm one person who believes in 100%. I believe in authenticity. Like, be you, be real, be yourself. Don't try to, do things for people to like you. So yeah, numbers were a thing that was really just brought to my attention, and I struggled a bit with that after la competition. Also, uphela kwayo. I got so hopeful because Dr. Dumi liked my video. So I kind of imagined him like watching it, and I was like, there's no way he saw it. So probably it might be more real than I may think, So it made me so hopeful, Londale, but I didn't get it. The long and short of it is that I didn't get it, or I didn't get in. And I'm not going to downplay the fact that I was disappointed. I was quite disappointed. I was quite disappointed. I actually cried. Ndalila about it, and people who are close to me would know because Bendi Tetana Befoni. So I did kind of cry about it because I got way too hopeful. I just imagined getting it. And so, it didn't happen for me, and it's okay. And a few days after that, I got over it, and one of my friends got it. And honestly, it was just a divine, perfect timing for God to give it to her. And so I was really excited for her. So it is a beautiful thing. But would I try competitions again? No. For what good reason? I don't like that it kind of amplifies a few things, a lot of things. Like you kind of like notice a lot of things that I love to journey and not pay attention to, but competitions do kind of bring that thing to you. I believe that the things I'm doing are quite public. And so I do believe that God will grace me opportunities at his perfect time, and also maybe through referrals as well, because I do have music online. I am yet to release some music online as well. So I do believe that, I am well positioned. I've taken up my space. I'm doing my part, and everything else is honestly up to the Lord. And so, that happened. So now I've been bouncing back, and it's been good now. It was scary then, but it's been good now. I'm finally okay. I feel like myself again. I was telling Pastor Abs, she's a pastor at my church, but also a friend. I was saying to her that one of the things that I realized happening for me that I'm so happy about is that I'm healing from, there's a certain kind of disappointment or hurt or sadness that you do kind of experience in your mid-20s, where you realize that, okay, the reality of my life is not the same as what I pictured when I was 18, or like just dreaming about what 25 will look like for me. I'm 26 now. So I was feeling a bit of sadness from like when I turned 24. It's like, okay, turning ngathi nje sentazenzeki ngohlobo bengicinga ngalo. So I was kind of bummed by that. And so I realized that I've been healing a lot from that. And I was telling her that I feel like I'm finally healed, and I finally accepted the pace, the rhythm, and the path that God has set out for me. And I'm okay now to allow life to unfold and not necessarily envision things happening ngendlela I am. I'm now okay with allowing God to surprise me or catch me by surprise, And I'm no longer forcing, I wasn't forcing, but like in my mind, I was kind of like, you have to be here by this time, you have to be here. But obviously, one of the things that happen in your 20s is you learn to accept the pace of your life. You put in the effort, you put in more work, but you also learn not to force things. Yabo. So I finally learned that. So I'm grateful. And I'm doing okay. And there's a conversation that I kind of started on TikTok that I want to mention or talk about further here on this platform, which is friendships. I've had a great deal of ups and downs in my experience of friendships. I don't have them figured out. Disclaimer, do not have it figured out. But I just felt like there's this one thing that I felt is important that I wanted to touch on. And I was speaking about the sadness of the time that we live in. Friendships have become very much about materialism and selfishness. Like, people are so selfish in the way they approach friendships, and they are so materialistic in the way they measure uba uthandwa kangakanani na in their friendships. So, and I think that's wrong, guys. And I want to kind of like encourage my community, especially being born again children of God. I feel that this has infiltrated us as well. I feel like this is our approach to friendships. You determine about uthandwa ngumuntu because they bought you a gift, for instance, on your birthday, or they didn't buy you a gift on your birthday. One, I think that we need to look at friendships in a very mature way. One, and if Miyako is at a point where she's job hunting and looking for a job, money is kind of like a very difficult thing to navigate for them, I would assume, because they don't really have a source of income at that time or that point. Omnia is probably doing an internship. You must know, in my life, is not that, abundant at that point of their life. Of course, they're growing. So to expect someone to meet you where you are financially, I find this very unfair, even in relationships. But I'm like romantic relationships, but I'm gonna stick to friendships right now. And then you expect lam to buy a gift. Abanye they go as far as even like being like, nah, I always buy expensive things. This person doesn't buy me expensive things. This is a thing. That's why I'm talking about it. If I will co-expose you, you must know it happens. So I really feel like that's not okay. There's so much we can pay attention to in friendships. People support you. It's a beautiful kind of a relationship that I believe God has allowed us to have and experience. It's a community of people who love you. And especially when you have the right people, it's a community of safe spaces, people who embrace you, people who love you, people who support you, and people who believe in you. Vice versa, you're that person to them as well. So people offer love and support and just like companionship or like journeying together in friendships. And for you to, reduce all of that to materialistic things is not okay. I think that it's an attitude that we need to change. And second of all, maybe your friend is going to be at a better point 2 years later. So you need to practice patience in your friendships. It is important to really genuinely love each other, of course, and authentically. So if your like their favorite thing is jewelry, you want to give them that every now and again to show appreciation to them, because it's a language that speaks to them a lot. So of course you pay attention to those things in friendships, but it is bigger than materialism. And I think we really are reducing it in our generation because we are young people who are just so flashy these days. Another thing that is so sad about our generation and friendships is the selfishness. Everything is you. You. I really believe that we ought to approach friendships from a point of serving each other and loving each other. The same attitude that you kind of approach marriage. I believe that friendships deserve that kind of commitment, that kind of love and genuineness, that kind of patience and grace. It might not be exactly the same way, but I believe that we should do that. And we should be okay with like understanding that some of them are going to be short-lived. They're not meant to be long-term. And some of them are going to be long-term. Some of them even need to be rekindled 5 years later. You grew apart. 5 years later, you actually realize that there's a need to rekindle. I mean, I do have friendships like that I haven't actually rekindled. And I'm sure they're also like the people from the other side are also like nervous about that. Because we kind of scared of disappointment as human beings. But I just want to say, can we at least change the way we treat friendships as Christian community at least? Love on one another according to the instruction in the Bible, but also be patient with one another. And also if someone doesn't have money, but they're trying to show you that they value you in a different way, let that be enough. Don't be so focused on you that you feel like dampening everything down or reducing everything to be exactly what you feel it should be. I don't think that's okay. And I think that's sad because we do also kind of lose such amazing people. I mean, I've met great people in my life. Some of them I've lost them because of these dynamics. And yeah, I really just believe that friendships are valuable. And as people are rising and succeeding in the things that we're working on, we do need support. We do need genuine love. And it won't always come in the form of a romantic partner. Some people even have challenges in their families. And so do you realize how valuable it is to have a community of people who love you? Some of them are not related to you by blood, but they love you and they embrace you. So yeah, I really just believe that we should do better, man. We should do better. We have the potential of just building amazing bonds with each other, and we should go ahead and do that, but don't lead with materialism and selfishness. Now, I've been reminding myself a lot of times lately that the world doesn't revolve around you, girlie. Some people stop talking to you because they're going through stuff and not because it's a you thing. And I mean, if you can carry them in that season, carry them. They're going to carry you to some other time when you won't have the strength. And you will need that. You will need people to carry you. I know that is a real thing. So let's approach them. Let's approach friendships in a different way, man, guys. So yeah, that's just something that's been on my mind. And I'm going to catch up with you guys next week. Genuinely. I will catch up with you guys. I'm happy because I have a new mic. What's up? So we're going to talk. We're going to have fun because I wanted you guys to enjoy the podcasting vibe that we're having going on. And I want to encourage you to please share with me how you've been doing. Please comment. I love interacting with my community on YouTube. And if you are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, please don't forget to like and rate the podcast. Please. And please subscribe if you're on YouTube. Comment, subscribe, and like. I'm going to see you guys next time. Stay well and be blessed.